Yeah. And it's very few times. I don't think since probably, and I'm going out on a limb here, probably since the Super Bowl. I really don't think. I just don't have the words. I really don't have the words. This is absolutely unfreaking believable. I mean, unbelievable. I don't know. I just don't. Y'all let me know what you think. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Whoa! I'm at a loss, y'all. I'm at a loss. Y'all help me. 1-877-474-2346. Unfreaking believable. So just to recap, Dallas Cowboys scored 30 points they scored 30 points in the last quarter. 30 points in the last quarter. Last half. I'm sorry. 30 points. 30 points. I'm looking at the comments. I'm trying to keep up with y'all as I get there. And yeah, now you have to seriously question your coaching. You not only the ability to give up a 20-point lead, but with the game in hand, you don't tell your special teams guy that, hey, if I fall on this freaking ball, the game is over. Absolutely unforgivable. Absolutely unforgivable. I was seconds away from getting ready to talk about Matt Ryan. I was getting ready to talk about how great a game the offensive line played. I know they got the sack at the end, but that was a covered sack. That doesn't even count. I was ready. And you have got to make a move, Mr. Blank. Because this mentality is going to lose us games all year. You wasted the best offensive performance we had in a long time. And granted, we still, even after letting them come back, still had opportunities to win this game. I don't know, folks. I don't know. I see a lot of WTF. I hear you. I'm not sure if you can let Quinn get on the plane. I'm not sure. This is nothing but absolute. You called a timeout on special teams. You called a timeout. You had two opportunities to tell these guys how to play the onside kick. That wasn't a great onside kick. That was stupidity by your coaching staff not to relay that to the guys. And not only not relaying it to the guys, so special teams goes under the head coach, and the head coach have to know it all to say, you know what, fellas, do not let the ball fall on the ball if you got a chance to. I am really ticked, y'all. I am ticked. This is Unbelievable. Taking calls here. 1-877-747-2346. Caller, I hear you. Who? Tell me who you are. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, buddy? It's Rusty.
Rusty, how you doing, man? Dude, you have the floor. That's all this is going to be about, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. See if you can help me.
Hey, you got me. I'm speechless. Like, and you said it best 2 minutes ago. You can't let Dan, or someone commented, you can't let Dan Quinn get on the plane.
You can't. You can't. Rusty, you have been, pretty clear about, and I think you and I on the same page last year in the bye, that Dan Quinn, this might be over his head. Folks, this is over his head. I assume you concur.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look,
and you know what, even if it's not to interrupt you, but even if we hold on to that lead, we were still up 20-0 in the first quarter. They outscored us 39-17. Even if we would have hung on, no one's still comfortable going into week 3.
And here you go. You're absolutely correct. But let me ask you a question. You fall on that ball, you worry about those problems next week. Yeah. You didn't fall on the ball, and now you're going home. And dude, this probably hurts just as bad as that February in 2017.
Yeah.
And because you let this team who had no business hanging with you come back in this game. Rusty, give me one idiot for the game, and I'm sorry, that's the only way I can put it. Give me the idiot of the game.
Dan Quinn.
Dan, listen. I can't disagree with you, man. I can't disagree with you. I got some other calls. Thank you, my brother Rusty. I'll be seeing you down the line, brother. I can't disagree with him. That's execution. That's coaching. You've got to do better. Lisa says, I hate Quinn. Get his 28-3 behind out of here. Monumental losers on his watch. How much more are we supposed to take? Prince says, this one really hurts. I can't be real. Quinn is gone. Jaqual, drag anybody who says it's still early in the season. Perry, I saw off the blank, right? Yes, I did. He needs to hold the staff like right now. Breaking news, DQ is fired. Absolutely. Julio dropped it. Dang. Yeah, Julio dropped, but dang, coaching is coaching. Let me tell you something. There were ups and downs during this game. There's no doubt. Both teams played horrible. Dallas almost coached themselves out of the game when they went for the 2-point conversion. I was sitting there saying, man, that was pretty stupid. But then we double the stupid and don't tell guys how to play a onside kick. I'm going on, everybody. I'm going all over the place. Y'all are coming in fast and furious, and I understand. Give me a call to 747-2346. I mean, this is just absolutely unforgivable. Caller, how you doing? Identify yourself. Thank you for joining us.
Hello?
Yes. Yeah, you are on, buddy. Who is this?
Oh, hey, Steve. It's a bandwagon hater, man.
What's going on, brother? Oh, man. I don't even know. Dude, you got the floor, man. Talk to me.
I mean, the third quarter, maybe 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Seeing that classic Atlanta momentum swing.
The Julio drop?
That part, but it's just defense that fell apart.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to tackle anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you can point at so many things as to why we lost the game, but it's all around just like no awareness. It's killing us, man. And that falls on coaching.
And you're absolutely right. Listen, there were moments in the game that both squads looked good. I'm talking about the Falcons. Our offensive line, that was going to be my play before the stupid end. The offensive line played a great game. pass as far as pass protection.
Matt Ryan was
clean as a whistle, Jay. Clean as a whistle. And the one sack he took was a coverage sack at the end, and he just didn't want to, give that away. Give me your turning point, man. Give me your exact turning point. I know that the end is obvious, but give me your turning point.
I would say right after halftime when Dallas got the ball back, man. We basically showed our hand as far as not being able to stop the run. And once we couldn't stop the run, whether it was B. Gartek running the ball, that was it. They were going to move the ball on us. It was nothing we could do about it.
Who? I'm gonna leave the same question. I'm gonna rephrase it though, so I don't sound like I'm totally blame for the game. One person.
You know what? I know this guy gets picked on a lot in the Falcon circle, but I got to go Oliver, man.
Yeah. He gave up some big plays at the end. Listen, we're still a work in progress. It's a great thing we scored 39 points, but dang, you can't give up 40. That's the big deal. Jay, I appreciate you, brother. See you on down the line. Thank you so much for calling. Going down my line, I see my buddy Joseph Evans says wide receivers can still throw a better deep pass than the starting quarterback. Listen, Julio. And I'm going to tell you, to me, that was the turning point. That was a turning point to me. That was a huge turning point. Julio catches that pass. That changes the whole Dallas scheme. Caller, how you doing? This is Steve. You identify yourself and how you doing? Hello? Uh-oh. I guess they got off. All right, keep calling. 1-877-747-2346. Just catching the Damon Smith, that's my buddy, said you have to fire the head coach and cut the players after that debacle. They will never learn unless you do something. And listen, Arthur Blank is there, and I'm pretty sure that Arthur is probably going to be sitting by himself in the front because he's got a lot of stuff to do. He's got a lot. See, I've never played a down or organized ball. I've never played a down or organized ball, and yet I know the Falcons could have jumped on that ball and went 10 yards before it went 10 yards. I agree, man. That was just not smart play. Caller, how you doing? This is Steve. Identify yourself, and thanks for joining us.
Hey, Steve, man. This is Andre.
Man, what's good? Dre. Oh, Dre. Oh, man. You want to share some of this right here, man?
Brother, all that has been coming out of my mouth. All that has been coming out of my mouth is wow. Like, wow. That's all I say. Like, in football, they teach you on kick return. When you see that when that one-foot ball has been kicked, jump on it. Like, I don't understand why Matt Brown and
And they called a timeout. Even worse, they called a timeout to tell the guys, hey, don't fall on it. That's the part that ticks me off. What's your turning point, man?
So I think the turning point was, and I can't believe I'm about to say it, Julio Jones dropped the pass.
Yes. I agree. Listen, and I know Julio is Julio, and he makes good catches. He was definitely not the star today. I think it was Ridley today, but Julio gets that touchdown that Gage put, and I know the jokes about him throwing a better deep ball than Matt, but Julio catches that ball. It's a whole different atmosphere, man.
Yeah, it's a whole different game. You know, as I was watching the game, streaming it with the Bird game, I said the star of this game is hands down the offensive line. Like, they killed it all game. They protected that. I mean, it was on both sides of the thing with the team as a whole, except for how do you not fall on the ball? Like, wow, it's all I can think.
They, again, Dre, they called a timeout. Who in that huddle in special teams doesn't remind them, hey, guys, if you have a clear recovery, fall on the ball. We're going to be the laughing stock of the NFL this weekend. We're going to be the laughing stock of the NFL. And I'm not sure if Arthur Blank's going to like that.
I don't think this is a shot on Dan Quinn, a shot on anybody really, except for the fact that like that was a bonehead play. Like that's all I have to think of it.
Listen, I appreciate. Listen, before you leave, who's your the player spotlight of the day? And I mean spotlight. I mean, what one player or one coach? What do you think? The turning point. I mean, the play. I think you already said it with Julio, right?
Well, yeah, Julio was the turning play, but we had joked while I was streaming with Bird game today. To me, like the offense was the stars of the game, but a player, we had joked that Ryan White must have gave him extra something last night or this morning. A man was all over the field. He was playing light on his feet, like Matt killing like.
And that's what you hate because we wasted that effort today. Dre, I appreciate you, brother. We're gonna catch you later on down the line. Keep staying on there for me. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Just crazy. I see Sheila says, wow, Tamara said this is a shame. Damn ridiculous. I don't know what to say. I see a lot of people coming back, saying when Julio dropped the ball, that was the turning point. I mean, there are so many things you can look at for this and call it. Caller, how you doing? This is Steve. Identify yourself. How you doing?
Hey, Steve, it's Greg calling with Action Sports and News. How are you?
Brother, Greg, how you doing, man? Oh, my goodness, Greg.
Hey, man.
Greg.
Hey, man, I'm doing good. I was not in the game today, not in the press box, so I was watching the game from home and watching, listening to you here on Facebook. Hey, man, things are looking fantastic for you on the show, but I wanted to answer your question.
Okay, thank you, man. Thank you for the compliment. Talk to me. The floor is yours, sir.
Well, the whole deal here is, first of all, I'd like to say, the Falcons, let's just admit it. I mean, that's their identity. And mentally, I believe, they are living up to what their identity is. Secondly, in terms of the game was not lost on one play. It was lost when you didn't take advantage of the fumbles and the short fields that you had to win the game.
True.
If you just score on one of those, you win. If you score on two of those, it's lights out.
True.
How do you not take advantage of three gifts? That's the game right there.
You are so on point, and I think what it is when you're at the end of the game, of course, the most punctuated play is going to be the one that you didn't make. But you're absolutely right. There were three other plays in addition to the Julio drop that you didn't capitalize on, and when you should have. I'm at wit's end. So Greg and folks, Greg is check him out on Action Sports. He really does a great job on there. Tell me, if you were Arthur Blank flying home today, do you make a call? I mean, just keep it real. You swim in the pool with those sharks in there. You know how they rock and roll. Talk to me. What do you think? If you're Arthur Blank, do you make a move? You're 0-2 with a chance that you could have. You had chances in the first game. This one you basically gave away. What do you do if you're Arthur Blank?
What one hell of a question you asked me there.
It's loaded. I can't throw you a softball, man.
I guess I guess if we're talking about the personal part, right?
Right.
You have no choice. You have to pull the plug.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
Because it's over. I mean, you gave the opportunity last season, right? Let's go back to that.
Right.
You know, you won in 7 in the first part of the season, and then the second part of the season, you win 2, and then you win 4 down the stretch. You didn't pull it. You gave the lifeline.
Right.
And now, over the off season, with all the other things that have gone on and happened, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
To come out this season, okay, you laid it last week. And this week, you were given a Christmas present. You don't know how to take the bow off of it.
Man.
And, I know folks are going to talk about that onside kick and all that kind of stuff, but Steve, they lost the game in the first quarter.
This is true. Listen, again, when we take that deep breath tomorrow, we'll find all those points. You're absolutely correct. There's so many other things to point out to. Greg, before we cut you loose, tell the folks again where they can find you and so they can check you out, man, and get some of your stuff that you write and everything.
Yeah, we are actionsportsandnews.com. That's the best place to find us. So it's actionsportsandnews.com.
Greg, I sincerely appreciate you joining me, brother. I'm going to catch you down the line, man. Thanks a lot for joining us again, man. Appreciate you.
Okay. Yeah. Take care, man.
Take care, my friend. All right, man. Listen, look, we got a lot to talk about, and what I'm doing, you guys are shooting up and down this line. I appreciate it. Kevin, the turning point was not us picking off that ball off, and then they convert on the next play and score later that drive. Have to convert those opportunities. That play happened with under 3 minutes. We had plenty of opportunities that we could have taken advantage of. Brother Phillip says lack of knowledge on special teams cost us this game. And again, I'm going to point to it one more time. I'm going to say it again. You called a timeout prior to that. How do you not tell your folks what you're supposed to do in that position? How do you not do that? I don't understand that. And that's just baffling me as someone who considers themselves to be slightly average in intelligence. Caller, how you doing, man? This is Steve. Identify yourself and talk to us, man.
What's up, brother?
How you doing, brother? Who is this?
This is Marquise.
Marquise, how you doing, man? Oh, my goodness. Marquise, talk to me, man. What you got the floor, brother.
First time calling.
Listen, and I appreciate you calling. The way this thing going, it might be a lot of calling this year, so for the wrong reasons. Talk to me. What did you see out there, man?
Listen, man, look. What I saw, we really moved the ball in the first half. So I think we set up for field goal twice. Those have to be fixed. Because we know our defense can't stop anybody. We've been knowing that.
Right.
So we have to score touchdowns when we have.
That's true.
And 2, I know the Julio drop was big. I agree. But the turning point was the next play. And why did they have Bill one-on-one with Corey Cooper?
That's true. That's true. That was a huge play. That was huge. That was huge. And to me, did it seem similar to last week where we didn't? The first half, the defense had some things going on, and then in the second half, I don't know whether we made the wrong adjustments or the other team makes other adjustments. Dallas scored 30 points.
I posted this in the group. We lost the little time. We lost the fumbles, remember?
Yes. Yes.
Then lost the pass.
Yeah.
You didn't get the fifth, but we're not beat. When we get hurt, the guys behind them are kicking. So when we lose our front line guys, it's over, man. And that's what happens.
I don't even. Everybody's giving me different perspectives, and the thing is, I can't even disagree. There is nothing you all are saying. You're bringing up points that I forgot about during the game, and it's crazy.
Yeah, we lost Ricardo too. Remember?
Yeah, listen. Injuries are one thing, but mental mistakes, man. Mental mistakes.
Stop picking up the ball in special teams. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah. I to me, after all the flaws you made in this game, you still had your moment. to win, and you didn't, and that's frustrating. It's super frustrating. And so here's my question to you again. You're Arthur Blank. Do you make a move?
Yeah, man, I make a move.
Yeah.
I made last.
I don't know why you wouldn't, man. Look, appreciate you. Thank you so much for giving me a call, man. We're gonna catch you later on down the line. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for my call, brother.
Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, every time it's crazy. It's crazy. Brother RJ says Stephen A. Smith is gonna roast us. He is. He is. Straight up, Jalen says this is embarrassing. Jalen, I know that Jalen, I feel you, brother. This is totally embarrassing. Y'all have no idea how much I was ready to. I'm gonna tell y'all how much I had the song "Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys" on cue before that onside kick. That's how sure I was we were gonna win this game. Caller, how you doing? This is Steve. Identify yourself. Thanks for joining us. Caller, you there? Same thing. All right. So so again, you have to make that move. You've got to make that move. Caller, are you there this time?
Yeah, this Dave is Steve.
What's going on, Dave? How you doing, man? Boy, Dave. What are you feeling, man?
Why are we talking about this coaching staff again?
Because they haven't fired him.
I mean, seriously. First off, I want to go back to when you sit up there and you're trying to make that 28-7 instead of 27-17. We are in firm control of this game at 26-7. Why are you chasing points? Why are you chasing points? It makes no sense at all. By the way, how many people lose by?
1 point. I mean, I was sitting there saying, it's so early in the game. Why are you giving up a chance to get a point, an automatic point? Yeah, man, no, keep going, brother. Keep going.
And then, Steve, I'm going back to the beginning of the third quarter.
Okay.
Already in the Cleveland defense. And he put up 2 touchdowns, and they put up 2 touchdowns with 2 drives in under 2 minutes.
Now, when my man I don't know if you were listening, when my man just talked about Neal has no business on Amari Cooper.
Oh, no.
That has none whatsoever. So to your point, you saw when they showed the behind scene of what Dak is looking at, Dak is looking like a sea of green in the middle. And all he's waiting for is one of his receivers to cut through there and give me about 20, 30 yards. Just a matter of how much space.
And he had to be laughing when he saw Keanu Neal on the ball. He had to be laughing.
And you give them momentum, Dave. When you give a team that's down a little momentum, I mean that's just everything. Let me ask you the question, Dave. Do you make the move?
I have to.
Yeah,
I have to.
And what I'm waiting for somebody to say that they would make the move. And the only reason I say this is 3 years in a row that we've had these embarrassing, unforgivable starts with opportunities in the game to win. And this is not knee jerk. This is not knee jerk. This is not knee jerk. This is not.
It's not emotional or nothing.
No. This is the same thing.
Same mess we've been looking at for 3 years straight now.
When it was 29-10, if you were the New England Patriots, if you were the New Orleans, and I hate to say it, that's our rival. If this is the New Orleans Saints, if this is the Kansas City Chiefs, that game is over with. Your mentality is your game is over with. This right now with this team, You were at 29-10 saying, just don't blow it. That's horrible.
Yes.
That's a horrible mentality that you have. That's a horrible mentality. But that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with that.
That's exactly what we're dealing with. And it has to fall at the feet of this coaching staff. They still look unprepared. We still look confused on defense.
Can you say Justin Fields? at the way we going.
And I love that. And you know what I'm saying?
Listen.
And I'm telling you right now, it may be time to blow it up.
Listen. And while you put it on there, I have to give Matt some love today. Was he picture perfect? No. But
Matt missed some opportunities.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But
he missed some opportunities, but that did not cost us.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that this time. You cannot say it. Anybody who wants to sit back and give me the Falcons blew it because of Matt Ryan, then I'm really gonna have to cut you off.
Shut up.
Right. That's and those. But you know they coming. You know they coming.
Of course they
You know they coming.
Of course they
Brother threw 4 touchdowns against no interceptions but we still blaming it on Matt. It's still blaming it on Matt. My brother, I appreciate it as always. Please call back and check us out. And hopefully, my God, hopefully Chicago will be the remedy that we need, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, listen. The excuses are over. We've seen this story over and over again. This was a win. You put this in a Christmas basket, put the wrapping over it, and gave it to Dallas. You gave this game to Dallas. There is no other way to put it. You gave this away. Caller, how you doing, man? This is Steve. Identify yourself and thank you for joining us. Caller, you there? All right, my phone is having some difficulties. Some of y'all coming in. Try to call back, caller, if you're there. My brother Demetrius, Tyler Demetrius says the remedy is firing everybody. What you mean? I listen. Here's the problem. I don't know what other solution you can have. Maybe the caller will have one. Caller, how you doing? Identify yourself. Thank you. Doing. Who we got? Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up?
Oh man, listen. Am I playing angry fan when I say it may be time that Dan Quinn goes? How long are you going to take this under this regime?
I ain't gonna lie, I would have like a backup, but I give Dan Quinn, he should have stepped up like, hey, Rasheed, but Morris.
Yeah.
The pass coverage need to be worked on.
Yes.
Because there's no way that our corner got knocked out of a play and gave him a chance to kick a good field goal.
That's true. This is true. I mean, the secondary needs some work. And I thought, for one, that with Raheem having them and this was an abbreviated summer camp, but guess what? Everybody had one. So it's no excuses. They have not gotten better. I'm going to tell you what, I am impressed with Terrell. AJ is impressing me. I like AJ.
But I feel like he needs better IQ. His IQ not there.
Who's there to teach him, though?
The court.
This is the problem. Who's there that can teach him? He doesn't have a peer on their team that he can learn from. Yeah. Right now, he probably looking at old Westlake playbooks, trying to pull out ways of trying to beat people. I'm saying at this point right now, he's our best cornerback as a rookie.
Yeah, he is. I give that.
Yeah, as a rookie.
Because the other side, I mean, he came from the Bengals, one of the sorry.
Yeah, Denard.
So I mean, it's like I was always concerned about our pass coverage, and today proved that we need to still work on our pass coverage.
And let me tell you, that was a big injury to Tack. That was huge.
Yeah,
but that was huge. Oh my goodness, because Tack was pushing that boy over so bad on the other side.
Because this 2 games where we was dealing with a running quarterback. Because he can't run. So it's like we had the pressure on him, but we ain't succeed to get more sacks after that went down.
Let me tell you. Not only that,
it's like nobody else was motivated. It's like, let me go get the quarterback.
And let's not also forget Alulaquan. That was a huge.
Oh yeah, that was a huge because
dude, he was punched. He was texting. I saw somebody on the stream talking about he was doing some Peanut Tillman stuff. He was punching that ball out. Just a.
IQ was.
Oh my goodness, that's exactly how you're taught. Everybody hold up, you punch it through.
Yes, I agree. When commentators say that on TV, I say his IQ is up. And
oh yeah.
When he got hurt, I'm like, no. But yeah, I do agree. It was all Julio Jones. Like Julio Jones just let up on the ball or lost the ball. I'm not sure how he dropped it. But that was my third point. That was my worry point.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of those things where right now, I'm just so frustrated. So
I'm thinking like, why coaches having these hurt players on the field? Start using your second string.
Well,
they get paid just like the first string.
Just like when you're talking about Julio, what part of the receiving core was not showing up? Now, Gage dropped that first pass in the beginning, but we still scored that drive. But at the same time, Gage is showing up. Julio's Ridley is balling. Ridley might be the best receiver right now in the NFL, arguably.
Yes, arguably. 4 touchdowns, 2 games.
And listen, don't sleep on Mr. Hayden Hurst. Hayden's starting to show his way.
Use him more.
And you got to use him more. So if I had, again, I'm gonna put you in the hot seat. If you're off the blank and you're riding in that front seat of the plane, do you make a move? Do you make a move today?
Yeah, I'm starting making moves.
Yeah,
today. I'm starting making moves. Yeah. It's not gonna be official. I'm sorry to game 4, right? But I'm starting making moves now.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about it, man. You really have to think about it. I appreciate you, man. I got a lot of calls on here. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you.
Thanks.
All right. Look, I see a lot of folks coming in on here. Greg says there'll be a shortage of Tylenol tomorrow. going to Kroger now. DeMarcus says, Steven, there was the special teams. I hear you. Gary Robinson from Chicago, he tells me leave Chicago out of this for a Falcons win. I don't know about that. Don't start talking about Chicago too much. Talk to me, caller. How you doing? Identify yourself.
Steve.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man? It's Corey. It's the truth, man.
What's going on, Corey, man? Oh, man, me and Corey were talking the other day online, brother. Oh, my goodness, bro. The floor is yours, my friend. Talk to me. I'm putting your 4 and 12 sitting up here now on the screen. Good. Talk to me. What's going on?
You don't call in. I just sit back and
listen. Look, on a day that we get beat and drugged like this, everybody start. The comments come so fast and furious, brother. Please, I need to hear your side. What do you see past this Sunday for this team?
Listen, man, it's the culture. This culture has to change, man, by any means necessary. This loss is unacceptable. Unacceptable. I mean, somebody got to get fired, man. I say it's scrap it and start from scratch. We are the laughing stock of the NFL, man, and it's just terrible. This was a terrible loss. No excuse, man. Something got to happen. And Arthur Blake did too nice, man. And if you don't put your foot down and make a change, now just sell the team. Just sell the team and let's start from scratch, because this was a straight meltdown. Unacceptable.
Huge. And not only on top of that, Corey, when you start talking about the players we brought in, listen, Gurley is doing what he's supposed to do. You can't you can't blame him totally. He's tiptoeing a little bit, but I need to see them concentrate a little bit more, make some holes in that run game. Pass protection is great. We're still not giving him the holes he needs, with the exception on a couple of those stretch plays. But just not a good performance by this team that you brought in Fowler, you brought in Gurley, you brought in Hayden Hurst. You brought in supposedly, guys that were supposed to turn this thing around. And we're sitting here 0-2, scratching our head saying, what's next?
Man, I'm telling you, I mean, what's next? And, to me, it's the basics. On an onside kick, how do you not know to jump on the ball before it rolls 10 yards? I mean, you elite people know that. You don't let the ball go 10 yards. You can jump on the ball. I mean, it's just simple stuff like that, man. And you on the sideline, you call the timeout before they even do the onside kick. How is that not even discussed?
See, you are the first person other than me to bring that up. You got on the field, got ready, called a timeout, which would tell me that, hey, we're looking at everything that could happen on this play. You don't sit there and watch the stupid ball go. Oh, that's just unbelievable. And that's mental. And anything mental to me falls back to coaching. Because somebody should have said, if the Dallas people can't touch it, you get the other two people to block the Dallas guy and you follow the ball.
Right.
You get them in front of them. So, I mean, that's really cool. So, I mean, I don't have to ask you because I know what your answer was going to be. Look, it's hard to overlook all the negative. Who would be your actual player of the game if we had a choice?
The player of the game, I mean, Calvin Ridley is a monster. I mean, far as replacing Julio for whenever he got that.
Let me tell you something.
So Calvin Ridley is the man.
Is it just me, or it seems like I hear them talk about route running all the time, but does it seem like he always right there in the right place? Man, I just right there.
He's really mastered, or is mastering as he continues to grow his route running. To me, there's nobody else in the NFL that's running routes the way that Calvin Ridley is right now.
And I love the fact that everybody's still paying attention to Julio like that. But I'm telling you, Calvin needs to get his due, man. He really does. Man, appreciate you as always, man. Keep hitting me up online, man. I'm looking out for you.
All right, man.
Take care, brother. All right, we talking about it again. A heartbreaking loss. I mean, they're just absolutely heartbreaking. Just I don't know what to say. Y'all tell me, because I'm running out of things. I'm gonna roll here to the stat line here in 1 second. But this just is too much, man. Just absolutely ridiculous. How you doing, caller? Good to talk to you. Identify yourself. Hey, man, how you doing today? Talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me what you got, and tell me what you think about how this loss is. Turn your thing down a little bit. I can hear my echo in the back. No, you good. Take your time. This ain't. I'm not. I don't play. Cut you off after 10 seconds. You good here.
For me, Steve, this started before the season started. This started when we even kept going playing in the first place. I know that winning streak was all good. When you in the off season, I know everybody going through the same pandemic. And you're looking at Oliver on the other side going to get two good wide receivers and training stuff, and you didn't know he was trash. That's a problem with me.
Right.
That's the problem. I didn't understand it. Maybe you can sit on that from the season. That's the problem.
You saying it. You saying it. Just, I mean, that's, and to your point, you said everybody had the same disadvantage. It's not like they got any more opportunities than you did. It bugs me that these teams are more prepared than we are.
And one more thing, Steve. You already know that Dan Quinn decided that This is a question that maybe everybody needs to think about. I put it online.
Yeah.
Do you think that our budget too soft for owners? Because I mean, I don't think he's gonna fire Dan Quinn. I know we all do, but if he don't, I think we all need to press our brain for his decision making.
Well, I think Arthur Blank has gotten the rap of being a little soft when it comes, or a little too loyal when it comes to coaching. I think Smitty, it was interesting. He had a kind of a quick reign on Smitty. Smitty only lasted 2 seasons after the championship, but this Dan Quinn thing, we're at 4 seasons, and his loyalties to him are starting to disturb me. So to your point, listen, the only thing we can't do, Arthur Blank is not selling the team, unfortunately. And so it's going to be his call, but I think Arthur Blank is going to be tired of these senseless losses. This is a win. This is a win you gift wrapped and gave away. So to answer your question, I think there's a glimmer of a chance that Blank will say, you know what? We might have to make a move. You can't go 0-3 in a division. Look, Tampa Bay bounced back today. New Orleans has a game today. You can't fall behind in this division. You're 0-2 already. You're 2 games behind. You're 2 NFC games behind. So I hear you, but I'm hoping that Blank gets some good counsel on this, man.
So who would you have to coach for the rest of the season, and who you want to coach going forward after the season?
Well, I know Obridge is the guy that I would have to go ahead and run the team, because I still think Morris, the one thing I do like is that the pressure they're starting to put on Dak is really good. There was a lot of holding in that game by the Dallas offensive line. They could not hold on to those guys. So I truly think that Obridge would come in, and I would love to see for the Falcons to swing for the fences and see if you can maybe get Mike Tomlin to come down here. I mean, Pittsburgh is at a certain point. Get him to come down here. Let him choose his own quarterback. Do what he needs to do. And listen, let me make clear. That's not saying Matt is trash. I mean, Matt can't be. It's 6 touchdowns against 1 interception, a lot of yards. Matt is doing what he's doing. But that's how I feel on that one, man. How you doing, man? Hey, listen, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for joining me today, okay?
Okay.
All right, brother. Look, yeah, sometimes you're going to have to make some tough calls, y'all. You're going to have to make some tough decisions. And I think the decision we're going to have to make here is how much more of this are we going to take? This is, I'm telling y'all don't want to watch any highlights, because the highlights are going to start. All the highlights are going to start with the Falcons against Dallas today. I guarantee you every highlight will. How you doing, caller? Identify yourself. This is Steve. What's going on?
Hey, this is Quintez.
Quintez, my brother. How you doing, man? Dude, I see your comments coming. They coming fast and furious on me, man. You got the floor, brother. Talk to me. What did you see?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I went live before you got on.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know where to start. Right. This game right here it blew my mind, because you couldn't pinpoint one place where somebody messed up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was on the defense. It was on the special teams. It was on the secondary, especially with coaching.
Right.
I'm at the point right now where I'm like, hey, and I'm all about Matt doing what he does. I know he's on the decline. A lot of people don't want to admit that.
Yeah, I know he is. Of course he is.
He's been on the decline for about 3 years now.
Yep.
Julio messed up that flop. I really believe that we probably would have won the game, or we probably would have been in a better position if Julio would have made that, you know what I'm saying,
yes.
that touchdown.
Yes.
We probably would have been in a better position. And this is not the first time that he's done that. This is probably like the 4th or 5th time in his career that he's done that.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
We're not going to look at Julio and say, oh, well, nah, he's Julio. Nah, bro. we're going to give you the same slack that we give Matt.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Everybody needs to cut the bull, because when he did it, somebody actually called it out today. They were like, yo, like, what if this is, the key things to making us lose the game today? And just so happened, it was one of the key things.
Right.
When it comes to the secondary, we're running this zone defense, man. We've always been a 4-3-3-4 type defense over the last 10, 15 years for playing guys.
Right.
I never believed that we were, I never believed that the zone defense was the thing for us. I never believed that. I'm all over the place right now.
No, man, you should be. Because it was all, you should be all over the place. Because we were all over the place. There's no doubt. You should be. Give me your turning point. I've heard a lot of people say different things. What was your turning point?
My turning point, honestly, man, was legit that Julio drop.
Yeah.
That was my turning point. I knew at that point. It wasn't at the end. It wasn't a let's hold on to the last minute. No. That drop right there, I said, yo, that's gonna turn the tide of the game. And sure enough, it did.
That was a 14-point swing when you really looked at that. Because look, Gage couldn't have put that ball. That reminded me of the Sanu throw a couple of years ago. That reminded me so much. Did you see the ease he threw that ball with?
Yeah.
That was kind of look, and I know Matt takes enough without another wide receiver being able to throw the ball. But boy, Gage threw that ball. He put air. He let Julio run to it, and I mean, he did everything. But then I had shades of Julio dropping that ball in Carolina. And the ball getting right there, and I know Julio's playing hurt. I'm not trying to say the brother doesn't try,
right?
But wow. So I'm gonna put it to you too, Q. I'm gonna put it to you and tell me what if you're Arthur Blank,
okay,
on the plane today. Do you think about making a move? Because if you make a move, you got to make it before the practices start. Do you think about making a move today? This is 0-2. You started 1-7 last year. You started 2-6, I think, the year before. These bad starts, we said we didn't want to get to them. What do you do?
I'm going to be real honest with you, Steve. I'm an entrepreneur myself.
Okay.
We're 0-2 right now.
Right.
And we got a chance going 2-6.
Yeah.
I'm going to get him out of here by week 5.
Week 5. Okay.
I'm out. He's out of here.
Okay.
Him and the whole team. I don't care what you have said. He can take. But the fact of the matter is, you had your time. I'm going to tell you what I think Arthur's looking at.
Yeah.
The fact that he went 8-8 his first year. He came in and went 11-5 his second year and went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
His third year, he went 10-6. He only had 2 losing seasons. Time that he's been here. This is his 6th year. If he comes along the line of having like a real losing season this year,
right,
it's gonna be gone way before week 8. I can guarantee you that. Him and everybody that he brought with him. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at his resume that he built here. And I get the fans because it's like, yo, we've been here many times. I'm from Atlanta, born and raised in Atlanta. And I'm staying in Charlotte right now. I don't want to hear nothing about Carolina or New Orleans or Tampa Bay. But I'm telling you right now, as an owner, that's what he's looking at. Well, he did good for us when he first got here. Let me just give him a chance.
Right. I'm
telling you. But I really believe now, he's going to be gone. TD's going to be gone too.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're joined. That's a package deal right there.
Yeah.
I think TD, because you need some different life in there. You need some different mojo going on in the office up there. Q, I got a couple folks lined up, man. Thank you as always. Y'all check out Q in Atlanta Bird Game, man. He comes on and I love his stuff when he brings some videos on, man. I'm gonna catch you down on the line, brother.
All right, man. You take care, guys.
Thank you, brother. You too, man. And he made some very good points. Here's my deal. there are so many flashes of some positive things. Look, we've done a lot of negative. I cannot deny. But there are flashes of positives on this team. They're flashes. I'm still impressed with the defensive line. I am. I'm still impressed. Nobody can do anything with Grady right now. They're holding Grady. Look at the game. They're holding Grady. Nobody can do anything with him. Tat looked like and now I know the groin injury is here, but Tat looks like he's trying to play. Debo can't do it by himself. I know Foye got hurt today. Ridley is playing good ball. I mean, say what you want to say about Matt, man. Matt, 24-36, 273 yards, 4 touchdowns, 126.3 rating. I'm not going to I'm not trying to say that to throw stats at you to say stats make a win. I'm also saying there are things that are going on that are supposed to lead to wins. And folks, I'm telling you, it looks like we're in trouble. Maurice says, say, Steven, is the ship sinking? I think it is. That's why I think you make the move now. The longer you take to make that move, the longer you're going to expect this mediocrity that's going on with the Falcons. Keith said Tat getting hurt today was huge. It was devastating because Tat was killing the little tackle over there on the other side. He was absolutely killing him. Absolutely killing him. Say Quinn and Carter are a package deal. They need to fly home alone. I'm not even sure if they put them on the field. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is one of those games that you look back at and say, y'all gave this away. Y'all literally gave this game away. And I'm embarrassed to be a Falcon fan today to watch how you guys gave this game up. Carla, how you doing? This is Steve. Thanks for joining me today. Identify yourself for us.
Hey, Steve. How you doing? This is Robert, man.
Hey, what's going on, Robert?
Not much, man. But I'm here to tell you, man. Fans have to realize, man, we knew this was going to be a rough season when we brought that coaching staff back. I believe we said in a couple of people in the Falcons group that said it.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be a rough year when we brought that coaching staff back because we brought back the same general manager, the same head coach. We should have known it was going to be a rough year, man. And I'm here to tell you, man, that special if they don't fire Dan Quinn, they at least need to let go of that special teams coordinator because he definitely told those guys not to touch the ball. And I think they don't even, and it blows my mind because I don't even think the players really even know the rules.
Well, Robert, you just touched a nerve. Because if you even didn't know the rule, you called a timeout to see what they were doing. And if I'm the special teams coach, which is not in the booth, which is down there with them, the first thing I'm saying, okay, y'all, now y'all know y'all can fall on the ball before 10 yards, right?
And let's not forget, the special teams coach even called a timeout.
That's my...
So that's my only thing, man. You called this timeout when it happened, but one thing I was holding out hope, thinking the team would be better with Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris really let down this game. That play calling he had was horrible, and they gotta realize, man, Oliver is not the guy. They gotta sit him down, man. I would rather see the guard on the other side of AJ Terrell because Oliver just didn't have the instinct to play that position.
Right. I agree with you. I'm going to take a comment. Stay right there. I'm going to take a comment. Kevin made a comment, and, I have to think about it to be honest. He said, I've been hard on Dirk, but he actually called a good game today.
Here's the thing. Dirk called the game good for half of the game. There were times when he should have been running the ball. Yeah. There was a time when we were driving down the field, he should have knocked some time off the clock by running the football. He chose to pass. That gave me a little reminiscent of how Kyle Shanahan calls plays.
Yeah. Yeah.
They try to show off. I feel like offensive coordinators try to show off too much. Hey, look at me. Look what my offense can do in the pass game.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to settle down, run that football with Gurley. And there were times when Gurley was out of the game, and I'm sitting up here, why is he not on the field?
Yeah,
I
was looking at the guys on the field, too. That was really weird. I would have hobbled Julio out there and tried to get the ball and touch it. That was, listen, in the midst of a loss, tell me again, and I know it's hard because when you lose, nobody deserves anything. I get it. Who is your MVP that you think that just still played really good game today for the Falcons?
Well, I got two guys.
Okay.
Two guys for you. I think Matt Ryan played a phenomenal game, actually. I really do. I thought Matt Ryan played a good game, even though there were points that he could have scored by, if he had to set up a field goal, he still played a great game. No turnovers. But I think my second guy who I was really surprised with was Grady Jarrett, man. Grady Jarrett is a monster in that middle, man. He is a monster. And it's a shame that he'll never get the credit that he deserves because, for one, we're not going to win the Super Bowl this year. And I think, two, people are going to be looking at this loss. And you know what people are going to talk about? They're going to be like, man, that's the same old Falcons 4 years ago in the Super Bowl.
And he is not getting his love, trust me. And I think he's the second best interior player in the league right now. If you look at how quick Grady gets through, and really the biggest compliment you get, Grady gets held every freaking time.
Really
all the time. And I think everybody knows who Grady is, man. I mean, Grady is just. I mean, he's a beast, man. He really is. I just think we.
But I agree with. And the only thing about your last caller that I disagree with, I think Austin Wayne has to pull this trigger now. I think he needs to send a message across. I think he has to pull this trigger now. I don't think he needs to wait till week 5, week 3. I think Dan Quinn has shown, because one of the things about it as the head coach, clock management is super important, especially if you're not calling plays. You got to know how to manage that clock. You got to know how to manage timeout. Dan Quinn has shown an inability to be able to do that. And if you don't fire anybody out, either Dan Quinn or that special teams coordinator, they have to be one of the first dominoes to fall, I think, after a loss like this. I mean, you had this game won. You had it. I mean, it's in the palm of your hand.
Right. I every point you made is legit, man. Brother, I appreciate you, man. Folks, as you can know, is on the line. Want to talk about this loss. Thank you, brother, and we'll holler at you down the line, okay?
All right.
Thank you. You too, man. I listen. There is so much to dive in, and this is my personal deal right here, y'all. And this is nothing but personal. There was so many Dallas fans I was ready to absolutely dump on. And I know y'all feel it because it's Dallas fans everywhere. I was so ready to, just personally, I was so ready to dump on these bandwagon Cowboy fans. I was absolutely ready to. Brother Eric Means, how you doing? Say, fire Dan today. I don't blame you one bit, brother. Just to hear from these Cowboy fans is going to be hard because this was not a game they deserved. Look, both teams made bonehead plays, but we gave them the last opportunity. Somebody brought up earlier when we were talking about how when we went for that 2-point conversion early, that was kind of dumb because we left that point on the field. We left that on there because when we left that would have been a tie instead of a win for them. There was no need to go for 2 points early unless you're just trying to make the score even, which was stupid in the second quarter. Totally dumb. And just totally dumb. My brother Tidy is on there saying I couldn't have been the only one who was nervous once we were leading because we're known to blow leads. I was at halftime, and that's the first thing I said. I'm sorry, Tony. I'm sorry, I thought it was Tidy. Tony, how you doing? I said I that was the first thing I said. I should be celebrating, but I can't. With this team, you cannot. And the sad thing is, and I think Corey brought it up, or a couple of people brought it up. Listen, that's our identity right now. Ever since, and it really happened a little bit in the regular season 2016, but since that February 17 game, our thing is we're going to blow it in the end anyway. You got to go up 4 touchdowns for this team to have a chance. But the thing is, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt bad. And RJ puts it all in perspective, y'all. I love my Falcons. I really hope we turn this thing around. Listen, I am not going to desert my team. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not that guy that you're going to see somebody burning a jersey or stuff like that. That's not me. But I will say this. Stevie Wonder can probably see that we need to make a change. And if you keep allowing this tight butt approach to this coaching, you're going to lose every time. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you that this is crazy. Tonio said this is worse than 28-3. I got the same vibes, but it can't be worse than 28-3 because that was a championship. At the end of the day, I hate to say it, there is next week. We are 0-2. We are 0-2 and still, have 14 games left. Carla, how you doing? This is Steve, man. Talk to me. Identify yourself.
This is Jalen. What's up?
Man, Jalen. Oh, Lord. Jalen, what we doing, man? What are we doing? And listen, before I go anywhere else, man, look, y'all, Jalen, man, Jalen's one of my favorite cats to look at online, man. Jalen, give me the Matt Ryan grade for the day before you go any further.
I give him an A. Good job there.
The reason I got you to say that because I know you're one of the people that, look, we call it like we do, and I see you do it plenty of times. When he mess up, we give it to him. But when he's doing well, you gotta acknowledge that he's doing well, and I think he did a good job today.
Yeah, he did a job.
So talk to me, Jalen. What's your overall view on what the mess we just saw out there, man?
I don't know what happened, man. Queen needs to be fired immediately. That was dumb.
I'm trying to figure out, Jalen, do people understand the longer we let him look? I don't want to hear more rah-rah speeches. I don't want to hear any more, all of that stuff is gone. I need a change, and I need a change right now. I mean, I can't understand why people are still defending him.
I mean, he has proven that he don't know how to make halftime adjustments.
Do you, in the case of the Falcons, do you consider possibly promoting within, or do you, like everybody else, kind of saying, try to salvage the season, or do you say, you know what? We're not getting anywhere else with this mentality. Let's go into Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes.
Yeah. That's why we need to tank for Trevor Lawrence or just because.
Yeah.
It's got to change.
And here's the thing. We're not saying Matt's not doing the job, but you know what? Matt might be tradable.
Oh, yeah.
There are teams that are a quarterback away from being good at Chicago, even though Chicago won today. So, I mean, you have to think about that. Who Jalen, who gets your? And we had a sloppy, horrible game. Who gets your MVP today?
Calvin Ridley. He was making plays all game.
And Ridley said, and I think he had his tongue in cheek that he said he was trying to make the All-Pro team, or not All-Pro team. All-Pro team. I'm sorry, trying to make the All-Pro team. And I tell you what, 2 games in, 4 touchdowns, catching some really good passes. I gotta like him. Listen, we got a long way to go, Jalen. I'm with you, and I think we need to make a change.
Yeah, somebody got to get fired right now.
And that's the problem. Jalen, I got folks lined up, man. Thank you so much, man. Look, I'm gonna be listening to you down the line, brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
All right, brother. So, that's where we are, y'all. That's where we are. Lisa, who I'm sure had to deal with all kinds of mess down there. Quinn's legacy with the Falcons is epic losses after large lead. That's how his time here will be defined. That's right. Absolutely. I cannot disagree. Questionable penalties cost us the Super Bowl. Not this time. This is coaching, period. That's why I'm trying to get people to realize this was a coaching thing today. Absolute coaching. Tony says if we were going to promote from within, we should have gave it to Kyle when he wanted it. Yeah, and I think that was the problem. Look, the only problem I have with that, Tony, when you're coming, listen, that was an emotional loss and it was horrible or whatever, but you had a second-year coach who went from 8-8 to the Super Bowl. The average person would think that the next ascension would be to be greater, but we've absolutely declined and nobody could have predicted that. Nobody could have. No, you wouldn't have. And if you say you did, that's not true. That's not true. Sandy says 2 preseason wins in 16 years tells you that Quinn can't coach. That's a very good point. He used to try to. Look, when you went 0-4, it was like 2 years in a row. You got to learn how to win to get out there. You got to learn how to win. I don't understand that. Look, I mean, look, as usual, we are just numb to this, and I understand that we got to take a second to kind of breathe it in and take it out. So, look, we're going to end it for now. It's right up against 6. I appreciate everybody joining me. Join me tomorrow at 7 o'clock where we'll have the aftermath, the Monday aftermath tomorrow. Please join me. We are 24 hours. I don't think it's going to change a lot of my opinions about who should be here, but at the same time, let's chop it up tomorrow and see what we're thinking about then. Until then, man, look, it's a hard one. This is a tough one. It's going to be tough. But y'all rise up, man. Hopefully there are better times, whether it's with a new coach or not. But rise up, y'all.